You think waking up multiple times a night to pee is just an inevitable part of getting older. But what if I told you that belief is a dangerous lie, and that the real reason is a simple law of physics you are breaking every single night, without even realizing it? It seems logical. We age, our bodies change, and we're told to just accept it. But the truth is, your bladder is not the problem. The real culprit is gravity, and how it forces hidden, day-long fluid from your legs directly into your bloodstream the moment you lie down, commanding your kidneys to work the graveyard shift and overload your bladder. In this video, I will reveal the 5 hidden mistakes that are forcing you out of bed at night. We'll go through each one, and I'll give you simple, science-backed solutions you can use tonight. And the number one mistake, the one about gravity, doesn't just keep you asleep. It can also help soothe those achy legs and that stiff morning back. So please, stay with me until the very end, because the difference between a restless night and a restorative one could begin tonight. And before we dive in, if you're ready to finally sleep through the night, please take a moment and press that like button right now. It truly helps our message reach more wonderful people like you who need this information. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss our vital health tips, and drop a comment below telling us where you're watching from. I love connecting with our global family. All right, let's get to it. The problem isn't just aging. It's a series of habits we can fix. Let's break down the 5 biggest mistakes that lead to nocturia. We'll start with the most common and work our way to the most powerful one at the end. Mistake number 5, the midnight flood, your evening hydration timing. This is the mistake everyone thinks they understand, but the devil is in the details. The error isn't drinking liquids in the evening, it's the timing and the lack of respect for your body's natural processing clock. We sit down to watch a movie and mindlessly sip on a large cup of tea or a big glass of ice water, sometimes right up until we brush our teeth for bed. In our minds, we're being healthy and staying hydrated. In reality, we are pre-programming our bodies for a 2 a.m. alarm clock. The science here is twofold. First, there's the simple mechanics of kidney function. Your kidneys are miraculous, filtering about 200 quarts of blood each day, but they are not instant processors. As I've said before, think of them like a slow-drip coffee maker. Pouring water in at 10 p.m. means the brewing cycle, the filtering and urine production, will be at its peak hours later, right in the middle of your deepest sleep cycle. But there's a deeper, hormonal science at play. As night falls, your brain naturally releases more of a hormone called ADH, or antidiuretic hormone. Its job is to tell the kidneys to slow down, to conserve water, and to produce less urine so you can sleep uninterrupted. When you drink a large volume of liquid late at night, you are effectively fighting against this natural signal. Your body senses the fluid overload and suppresses ADH production, essentially telling your kidneys, never mind that sleep signal, open the floodgates. And the evidence is overwhelming. A comprehensive review in the Journal of Geriatric Urology consistently found that fluid intake in the 2 to 3 hours before bed is the single most common contributor to nocturia. In one clinical observation, seniors who instituted a strict fluid curfew saw on average a 50 to 60% reduction in waking episodes. This can be the difference between a frustratingly fragmented night and a deeply restorative one. So here is the clear how-to, the actionable rule, the 3-hour cutoff. I want you to draw a hard line in the sand 3 hours before your planned bedtime. If you go to sleep at 11 p.m., your last significant drink of any kind, water, tea, milk, juice, should be at 8 p.m. This isn't a ban on hydration, it's a strategy for timing. Guzzle water all morning and afternoon, but as evening approaches, you taper off. This gives your body the necessary window to process the fluids, excrete the urine, and for your natural ADH levels to rise, all before your head hits the pillow. Now, a question for all of you. what is your go-to evening beverage? Is it a comforting cup of herbal tea, a glass of milk, or just plain water? Share it with us in the comments below. Mistake number 4. The false finish, failing to empty the bladder completely. This mistake is subtle, but incredibly common. You might be thinking, this can't be me. I am very diligent about using the bathroom right before I get into bed. The mistake isn't going. It's the technique you use while you're there. Most of us are in a rush. We sit down, we urinate, we feel empty, and we hop into bed. But in many cases, especially as we age, the bladder is not truly empty. There's a hidden reserve left behind. The secret lies in understanding the mechanics of the bladder. The bladder is a muscular sac, with the main muscle being the detrusor. To empty completely, this muscle must contract powerfully and sustain that contraction until the very last drop is expelled. With age, this muscle can lose some of its tone. For men, an enlarging prostate, a condition known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH, can physically pinch the urethra, creating resistance and preventing a complete void. This leads to what urologists call post-void residual, PVR. You might leave behind 1, 2, even 3 ounces of urine. This doesn't sound like much, but it means your bladder starts the night already 25% full. It's like starting a road trip with 3/4 of a tank of gas instead of a full one. You'll need to stop for a refill much sooner. This isn't just a theory. It's a cornerstone of bladder retraining therapy. The technique to combat this is called double voiding. The 2017 study in the International Journal of Gerontology focused on behavioral training for Nocturia and found that teaching patients this simple technique was profoundly effective. Participants didn't just sleep longer. They reported a greater sense of security, knowing they had done everything possible to start the night with a truly empty bladder. Here's the simple how-to for the double voiding technique. Make this your new pre-sleep ritual. Go to the bathroom as you normally would. Urinate until you feel you are finished. Now, do not get up. Stay on the toilet. Relax. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. You can lean forward slightly, as this can gently increase intra-abdominal pressure and help the bladder empty. Wait for a full 30 to 60 seconds. Now, try to urinate again. Don't force it, just relax and let it happen. You will likely be surprised that a bit more is released. That second void is the key. That's the urine that would have woken you up at 3 a.m. This is a new idea for many people. Is this technique something you've ever heard of or tried? Let me know in the comments. Mistake number 3, the midnight kitchen, your dinner's hidden impact. We've covered fluids, but the food you eat, and critically, when you eat it, is an equally powerful trigger for nighttime urination. Many of us have fallen into the habit of eating dinner late or having a large snack just before bed. This common habit sabotages your sleep from 2 different angles: the metabolic process of digestion and the hidden diuretic properties of many healthy foods. First, digestion is hard work. When you consume a large meal, your body diverts a significant amount of blood and energy to your digestive tract. This process, especially the breakdown of fats and proteins, can take hours and raises your core body temperature. This state of internal activity is the exact opposite of what your body needs to do to initiate deep sleep. To fall asleep and stay asleep, your body needs to cool down and enter a state of rest and repair. A gut that's working overtime is like having a noisy construction crew inside you while you're trying to nap. It keeps your sleep light and fragmented, making you much more susceptible to waking up from any stimulus, including a bladder that is only partially full. Second, many foods are natural diuretics, meaning they actively signal your kidneys to produce more urine. The obvious ones are caffeine and alcohol. But many foods you might eat for dinner are on this list: tomatoes and tomato sauce, onions, celery, asparagus, cucumbers, watermelon, citrus fruits, and even spicy foods. Imagine a late dinner, a large plate of spaghetti with a spicy arrabbiata sauce, a side salad with cucumbers and vinaigrette, and a glass of red wine. You have just consumed a powerful diuretic cocktail that will be hitting your kidneys right when you want to be in your deepest sleep. A key study in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine established a firm link between evening meal composition and sleep quality. Diets high in carbohydrates and diuretic compounds consumed within a few hours of bedtime were strongly associated with more frequent awakenings and significantly less time spent in restorative deep sleep. Here is your actionable plan. The 4-hour dinner rule. Make it a goal to finish your last substantial meal of the day a minimum of 4 hours before you turn out the lights. If you sleep at 11 p.m., dinner should be over by 7 p.m. This gives your digestive system time to do its heaviest work while you are still awake. Also, become a diuretic detective. Start paying attention to which foods might be affecting you and consider moving them to your midday meal. If you need a late-night snack, make it small, low-carb, and protein-rich, like a small handful of walnuts or a slice of turkey. This will satisfy you without activating your kidneys. What's a common late-night meal or snack for you? After hearing this, is it something you might think about changing? I would be fascinated to read your thoughts in the comments. Mistake number 2, the unseen thermostat, your body's cold response. This is a mistake that hides in plain sight, a factor almost everyone overlooks, yet it is rooted in our most basic survival instincts. It's all about the temperature of your room, and, more specifically, the temperature of your skin. Do you often find your feet have kicked their way out of the blankets? Do you prefer to sleep with bare arms and legs? This cooling of your extremities could be the direct cause of your 2 a.m. trip to the bathroom. The science is elegant and primal. Your body's #1 priority after breathing is maintaining its core body temperature of around 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. When the skin on your extremities, your hands, your arms, and especially your feet, gets cold, your body's ancient survival alarm goes off. It initiates a process called peripheral vasoconstriction. This means the blood vessels in your skin and limbs clamp down or narrow to reduce blood flow to the surface and conserve heat for your vital organs. This action shunts a larger volume of blood into your core circulation. Your kidneys, which are constantly monitoring blood pressure and volume, sense this sudden increase. They interpret it as a state of fluid overload and receive a powerful signal. Warning, pressure is rising. Get rid of excess fluid now. The result is a rapid increase in urine production, a phenomenon known as cold-induced diuresis. This is not a myth. It's a well-documented physiological response. In environmental medicine studies, researchers have shown that even a subtle drop in peripheral skin temperature is sufficient to trigger a significant increase in overnight urine production. The simple act of keeping the feet and hands warm was shown to be a powerful countermeasure, effectively turning off this false alarm to the kidneys. The how-to for this is both simple and wonderfully comforting. The goal is a cool room but a warm body. Sleep experts agree the ideal room temperature for sleep is on the cooler side, between 66 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 19 to 21 Celsius. This helps your body's core temperature drop, which is a key signal for initiating sleep. However, within that cool room, you must keep your skin warm. The single most effective tool for this is wearing socks to bed. Warm feet prevent vasoconstriction, keeping your circulatory system calm and your kidneys quiet. If you truly can't stand socks, ensure your feet and arms are well tucked under the blankets throughout the night. A long-sleeved pajama top can also make a world of difference. This is always a hot topic for debate. Are you a socks-in-bed person? Or do you insist on sleeping with your feet bare? Tell us your team in the comments below. And now for the number one mistake, the one that is a true game changer for so many. Mistake number one, the gravity problem, how your posture wakes you up. We have arrived at the most profound, least understood, and most impactful mistake of all. It has nothing to do with what you eat or drink, your bladder muscle, or the temperature. It has to do with the relentless, invisible force of gravity and what it does to the fluid in your body all day long. Let's visualize this. All day, as you stand, sit, and walk, gravity is constantly pulling fluid downward. This is why you might notice your socks leave an indentation on your skin, or your ankles feel slightly puffy at the end of the day. This is a mild, normal form of edema. This extra fluid isn't just in your blood vessels. It has seeped out into the space between your cells, the interstitial tissue of your lower legs. Think of your leg tissues as sponges that have been slowly soaking up fluid all day. Then you finally get to lie down flat in bed for the night. What happens? The force of gravity is now equal across your entire body. All that fluid that was trapped and pooled in the sponges of your legs is now free to move. Over the next few hours, it slowly seeps back into your circulatory system, into your veins and arteries. This process, called fluid redistribution, is like pouring an extra quart of liquid directly into your bloodstream while you are trying to sleep. Your kidneys sense this massive increase in blood volume and sound the alarm. It is a state of emergency for them, and they respond with vigorous, sustained urine production, peaking right around 3 to 4 hours after you lie down, the classic 2 or 3 a.m. wake-up call. The scientific proof for this mechanism is ironclad, particularly in studies of individuals with venous insufficiency, heart failure, or even just age-related fluid retention. A landmark study in the American Journal of Physiology demonstrated this beautifully. They had participants with Nocturia simply elevate their legs for an hour before going to sleep. This simple act induced what's called a pre-sleep diuresis. It forced that fluid out of their legs and allowed their kidneys to process it before they went to sleep. The result was a dramatic reduction in nighttime bathroom trips and a massive increase in uninterrupted sleep time. So, here is the incredibly powerful two-part how-to. First, the pre-sleep elevation. This is non-negotiable. 1 to 2 hours before you intend to sleep, lie down on your sofa or bed. Prop your legs up on 2 or 3 pillows, ensuring your ankles are comfortably higher than the level of your heart. Stay like this for at least 60 minutes. Read a book, listen to the radio, talk with your spouse. During this time, you are proactively draining the fluid from your legs. You will almost certainly need to use the bathroom one final time after this elevation period. That is the goal. You are emptying the tank before the journey begins. Second, the optimal sleep position. The best position for bladder health is on your side, with a pillow placed between your knees. This aligns your spine and hips and prevents your abdominal organs from putting excess pressure on your bladder. Sleeping on your back is acceptable, but the absolute worst position is on your stomach, which can put direct, continuous physical pressure on your bladder all night long. By making these two changes, you address the number one cause of nighttime waking. And as a bonus, the leg elevation helps reduce leg swelling and achiness, while the side sleeping position can alleviate a great deal of pressure on your lower back. So let's hear it. What is your natural go-to sleeping position? Are you a side, back, or stomach sleeper? Let us know in the comments. Now, before we wrap up, I must address the elephant in the room. I know some of you are thinking, this is all very interesting, Doc, but I have a real medical condition. I have an enlarged prostate. I have diabetes, or I'm on diuretic medication for my high blood pressure. These tips can't possibly fix my problem. You are 100% right to think that, and it is vital that we are crystal clear on this. These lifestyle adjustments are incredibly powerful tools, but they are partners to, not replacements for, professional medical care. So here are the ground rules. Number 1, your personal physician is your captain. Always consult with them before making any significant changes. They know your health history and are the first and last word on your treatment. Number 2, never, ever stop or alter the dose of a prescribed medication without your doctor's explicit direction. Those medications are keeping you safe. Number 3, view these tips as creating the optimal environment for your body to heal and function. You are clearing away the static and the obstacles so that the treatments your doctor has prescribed can work even more effectively. So, my dear friends, today we have discussed more than just trips to the bathroom. We have talked about how to use wisdom and understanding to work with our bodies, not against them. It's about reclaiming your nights by respecting the simple, powerful laws of timing, temperature, and gravity. It's about giving yourself the gift of deep, uninterrupted, restorative sleep, the kind of sleep you deserve. I am not asking you to implement all 5 changes tomorrow. That is a recipe for failure. I am asking you to choose one, just one. Pick the mistake that made you nod your head and say, "That's me," and commit to trying the solution for just 3 nights. If you always have a late snack, just try the 4-hour rule. If you sleep with bare feet, just try wearing a pair of socks. That's it. One small step. Which one of these tips will you try first? Make a commitment to yourself by letting me know your choice in the comments. And if this video has given you a feeling of hope and empowerment, do me a small favor and just type the word HOPE below. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so we can continue this health journey together. Take care of yourselves. A good night's sleep is not a luxury. It is the very foundation of a healthy and vibrant life. May your nights be quiet and your mornings bright. I'll see you in the next video.